Remember Ida Morgenstern's mom? Yes, Ida Morgenstern, Rhoda's mother. I got it. And of course, theater audiences have seen her singing, acting, dancing in shows like Best Foot Forward, Pal Joey, and a tribute to Stephen Sondheim. And I'm only scratching the surface. And she can cook too. Good morning,
good
Nancy.
Morning. How are you?
Good to see
Good
you.
to see you.
How are you?
Wonderful.
Yeah, you are such a busy lady.
It's true. It's true.
It's a blessing.
Running. Oh, my darling. And these days, when the writers are, you know, doing
and that's
their
getting
bit,
worse.
Terrible. It's terrible for everybody. But anyway, I'm very grateful and happy to be here.
Do you mind when people constantly say Ida Morgenstern? Does that bother you?
Not really. If they say it with affection, if they run after me with clubs, I don't
think
like
anybody
that.
does that. But was that fun playing Rhoda's mother?
It was absolutely wonderful, and she's a wonderful girl.
Oh, she is, Valerie.
She's a wonderful girl, yeah. I love her.
You got your training, though, by watching the vaudevillians.
You bet.
Your father was a vaudevillian.
He sure was, and I traveled with him from the time I was 3 weeks till I was about 12 years old, and then intermittent trips all around and everything.
Now, some say that wouldn't be a stable childhood, but was it for you?
I didn't know there was any other kind, actually. I thought everybody did. And when I had to stop it to go to school, I really was upset by it. I didn't like it a lot.
Were they wonderful days?
Yeah, just wonderful.
Give us a story, a sense of.
I don't really have a story, except that I did get to see Europe. I got to see South America by the time I was 11, 12 years old.
You were everywhere,
yeah,
huh?
just
and
everywhere.
Let me
This
tell
is
you
bubbling
something.
away,
This lady's been married 38 years.
Yeah.
Now, tell us how you did that.
Deep regard and respect for my husband, and besides loving him.
Is he very special?
Yeah.
Yeah?
He's a genius. He teaches.
Does he?
Yeah. He teaches people who want to be in musical comedies when they have only been straight actors.
So you share all of that?
Yeah.
Huh? All right, now you're cooking for a reason. You suffered for a couple of years with the worst, most dreaded thing.
Heartburn.
Yep.
Now, it's not a joke. I know everybody goes, and makes dumb cracks about it. It's very serious. The older you get, the more serious it can be because there's that little valve in there that doesn't work or starts not to work, so all the acid just boils around and makes you really quite ill. And I suffered from it for 2 years. And then I went to the doctor, and he said, "You're a fool. Should have come earlier. I have a wonderful thing for you," and he prescribed Zantac, which I take once in the morning and once in the evening. It's the only medicine in its class that has been approved by the FDA because there's no side effects.
And it stopped it?
Well, it's changed my life. I was starting to be a nasty little person because I was a nasty little person here. And so I changed my lifestyle. I don't eat and scarf out of the icebox anymore at midnight. And I don't eat a lot of chocolate. I love chocolate, but I've learned to behave myself.
Zantac
and
plus good cooking.
And I stay away from fatty foods.
Now, we're going to do some good cooking. Roll up our sleeves here. What are we making?
Oh, indeed. Well, if you heat the pan,
I think we're hot.
And it seems to me it is very hot now, and that's wonderful. We have made a salad of 2 kinds of rice, white and wild, with vegetables and lemon zest. Oh, I adore lemon zest.
Why is that good?
Takes the place of salt.
Oh, good.
Picks up the taste of everything.
Now, this is like I should mention a name because it's the only one I know. Uncle Ben's makes this wild, long grain combination you can buy.
Yeah, it does indeed, but I prefer to use white and wild.
Just mix it.
And just mix it all together. And you can almost use any vegetable you want, but the lemon zest is very important.
But you put peas and carrots, and you could put onion if you can tolerate it.
If you can take it, but...
That's a heartburn giver, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Anyway, we take the chicken. We have pounded this down between 2 pieces of paper, right?
Uh-huh.
We have oiled it.
What kind of oil?
Very lightly. Olive oil, corn oil, anything like that. But olive oil is good for you now. Did you know that?
Yeah, it is.
Put
it's
it
the best
in
oil,
the pan.
isn't it?
Yeah.
It ups the good cholesterol, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah,
It
okay.
sure does. Let me get this so I can keep an eye on it.
Oh, it's nice and hot, isn't it?
You do this. Now, if you want to grill, oil the grill. Look at that. Almost done.
While that's going.
Now, over here, I put a half a cup of white wine, half a cup of chicken broth or water. Let it simmer down. Put in your sliced mushrooms, some tarragon. Let it all come down to a fine brew, like a September song.
The September song, okay.
And then we turn this a couple of times. Oh, it smells so good.
It does smell good, just with the oil on it.
Oh, it's
now
wonderful.
you thicken it, you told me.
Now, I'm going to thicken it in just a minute. I'm going to put some roux in, which is, once this is very hot, you must get this quite hot.
Okay.
And a roux is margarine and flour put together and moistened. Could I have a Bounty chocolate? And then you take...
I knew. Where are they? You've hidden him. Ah,
There
right
we
here.
go.
I got him. Okay.
Then we take the roux and we put it in here.
Is this the quicker picker-upper?
Oh, I hope so. I'll get killed if it isn't. Now, you see what's happening? Look.
It's thickening.
Isn't that wonderful?
working.
And it's so smooth and good for you. Ah!
That is, and a little tarragon is
Yeah.
such a nice seasoning, huh?
Oh! Time on the chicken.
Time.
There you go.
on the
Time on the chicken.
About
Time
2
for
minutes.
chicken.
Oh, time. Okay.
Doesn't matter.
There you go.
You can have white pepper, black pepper.
We can do that.
Want to do
I
that?
know how to do
Great.
that. All right.
Wonderful.
Little
Okay, I'm
pepper.
gonna turn this
Ooh.
off.
Oh, salt. All right. No, maybe.
Well, you can, but I don't like it.
don't need it.
I don't,
Okay.
It's not good for you.
I'm going to turn this
okay.
one more time for
Great.
you. Okay.
Sensational.
Now, if you
Does
grill
that
it,
look good or does
that
that look
looks
good?
wonderful. If you grill it, you get the stripes. If you don't grill it, you don't get any stripes.
Sounds like the army.
All right.
Okay. Now we have one piece of chicken here, which is swell. We're going to put another piece of chicken. Oh, boy.
Right on the
I
plate.
tell you, if you have a good diet and you take your Zantac and you behave yourself and don't run around like a crazy
You don't get any
person,
heartburn, huh?
You don't have heartburn, and it can change your life.
I didn't know what heartburn was until I got pregnant. Boy, then I'll tell you,
Murderous, isn't it?
I
Isn't it
chewed
murderous?
those. You chewed a lot of those little white things.
Till I started to foam. I looked like a bubblehead. It was just terrible. Okay.
All right. Now I get the
Now,
best part. I get to taste.
You bet you do.
Yummy.
And if you don't like that, I'm leaving.
I promise I'll like it. I can smell that I'm going to like it. It's wonderful. We have a recipe for all of you.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to
Yeah,
give
we
it to
gotta
you.
get this recipe.
You
It's
have to get
wonderful.
this, okay?
Is that the best?
Then in no time it's cooked.
That's right. It's all over. All done. All finished.
Absolutely delicious. Now, you love to direct. Have you had a chance to do a lot lately?
Can I just say one thing?
Oh, yeah.
Please see your doctor if you're in pain.
Okay.
Please. It's ridiculous. Have him prescribe Zantac. It's marvelous.
Okay, now, directing.
Yeah. I love it.
Do you have a chance to do it as much
sure.
as you want?
Not as much as I want because I've been doing other things, but I did a lot of the Alice's. I did a lot of the Rhodas, too.
You did do a lot of
yeah.
Rhodas, yeah.
It was wonderful. It's an exciting thing to work with good actors, and I had really good actors.
I'm so glad to see you healthy and well,
Isn't
and
that nice?
I'm so glad that you work so hard. I think you're an inspiration for that.
Aren't you neat?
I mean it.
I
Don't
love
you
it.
think it's important?
Well, it's important to me.
What would you
yeah.
do if you didn't work?
Mope.
That's it, boy.
And this would happen.
That's right.
I give you
That's
my word.
right. Nancy Walker, isn't she nice?
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. I love
Mama.
meeting you. Mama, yeah.
That's lovely.
When we come back, Joe Kennedy, our congressman, comes by to talk about a new health care plan we're all interested in. It takes health care out of the nursing home and brings it into the home. He and Claude Pepper is co-sponsoring this bill, and we'll talk about it right after this.